Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. I want to pick up where I left off with my last Diddy video. This one's gonna be an update on everything that's come out in the last 2 weeks. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, please be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any new uploads. So if you remember, I covered this lawsuit back when it was first filed in October 2024. At that time, none of the celebrity names were mentioned, and honestly, I thought it was one of the wildest, ridiculous lawsuits against Diddy yet. If you missed it, go check out that video on my YouTube for all the crazy details. But now, things have gotten even crazier. The lawsuit has been updated, and it now names two celebs, NFL star Odell Beckham Jr. and comedian DRUSKI, as being involved in the alleged gang rape with Diddy. The woman suing, Ashley Parham, is accusing all three of them of sexually assaulting her back in March 2018 at a house in California. According to the lawsuit, during the assault, some of the people there were calling Odell Cornelius, which is actually his middle name. She says she recently figured out that the guy she knew as Cornelius was actually Odell. Odell responded on Twitter saying the whole thing is false. He said he wasn't even in Orinda, California, where the assault allegedly happened, and claims he's never met the women. He said, "I really can't even believe that my name is mentioned in that matter. There is absolutely no truth to those allegations. I do not know and have never met the person that filed the lawsuit. I have never done anything like that, and I would never do anything like that to anyone. I'm confident that these ridiculous claims against me will be dismissed." Now, DRUSKI, whose real name is DRUSKI, was also named in the updated lawsuit. He's also denying everything. In his statement, he said the claims are a fabricated lie and pointed out that in 2018, he wasn't even famous yet. He was broke, living with his mom, and had no ties to the entertainment industry. He said he feels for real victims and is confident that the truth will come out. He said, "This allegation is a fabricated lie. I wasn't even a public figure in 2018. I was broke, living with my mom without any connections to the entertainment industry at the time of this allegation. So the inclusion of my name is truly outlandish. My heart breaks for actual victims of abuse, but I'm fully confident that the evidence will expose this falsehood and the individuals who are maliciously trying to game the legal system to peddle false narratives." But the lawsuit goes even deeper. It accuses DRUSKI of putting oil on Ashley's naked body and using it like a slip and slide, knocking the wind out of her due to his size, and then allegedly raping her. He then stopped himself from falling off the bed and allegedly raped Ashley. And it doesn't stop there. Maui's police chief, John Pelletier, is also being accused of helping to cover it all up. Back in 2018, when this allegedly happened, he was a police captain in Vegas. The lawsuit says he showed up at the scene pretending to be a Contra Costa sheriff. A neighbor had called 911 after Ashley ran out of the house, and instead of helping her, Pelletier told her to just find a way to get home. Pelletier, falsely posing as a Contra Costa sheriff, told the alleged victim and the neighbor that they had received several noise complaints prior to the neighbor's call and instructed Ashley to find a way to get home, the lawsuit states. He then offered to take her to a hospital, call an ambulance, or even help her get her things from the house. Ashley also says she saw him hand an envelope to the neighbor, who went into another room and came back empty-handed. She now believes that the envelope had cash in it. Everyone named in the lawsuits is denying all the allegations. So Diddy's legal team is now saying that the video showing him beating up Cassie in a hotel hallway back in 2016 was edited by CNN and that the original footage was destroyed. This is the same video CNN published in May showing Diddy kicking and dragging Cassie at the Intercontinental Hotel in LA. His lawyers claim they had a forensic expert look at the tape and they are saying it was substantially altered. They argue that what CNN aired doesn't accurately show what actually happened. According to them, CNN bought the only known copy of the tape from the hotel, edited it using free software, and then got rid of the original, even though they know Diddy was under federal investigation. Diddy's team says they've seen two versions of the video, one from the prosecutors and one they got from CNN after a subpoena. And they plan to argue in court that the video shouldn't be allowed as evidence in the upcoming trial on May 5th. Meanwhile, Cassie's lawyer fired back, put out a statement saying he isn't surprised that Diddy's team would make a disingenuous argument to exclude the disturbing video from being shown to the jury in the upcoming trial. I am confident that the video fairly and accurately represents what happened, will be admitted into evidence, and that Diddy will be held accountable for his depravity. CNN also responded saying they did not alter the footage and did not destroy the original. Their source kept it. They also pointed out that they aired the story months before Diddy was even arrested. Diddy was actually in court on March 14th for a pretrial hearing. He looked noticeably different. He looked older. He looked bloated. He had gray hair and beard. He pleaded not guilty to new charges, which include sexually abusing 3 more people between 2004 and 2024. The documents also say he made employees work long hours and threatened to punish those who wouldn't help with his sex trafficking activities. At the hearing, the judge asked if the original security video still exists. Prosecutors said they have both CNN's version and a recording of the original footage, and they plan to use it as evidence in trial. So, in the latest Tony Busby news, he is stepping away from over a dozen sex trafficking lawsuits he filed against Diddy in New York federal court. He filed to officially withdraw from 15 cases in the Southern District of New York because he's not licensed to practice law there yet. Basically, Diddy's legal team pointed this out last month, saying Busby shouldn't be filing lawsuits in that district since he's not admitted to the court there. Busby admitted he messed up by not telling the judge he wasn't licensed in that specific court and said his status has now become a distraction from the actual victims, so he's backing off at least from the federal cases in Southern District of New York. But don't get it twisted. The victims are still being represented by New York-based law firms, and Busby is still involved in other lawsuits against Diddy in different states. He said he personally pulled out, not his whole firm, and once his admission is sorted out, he might be back. He's still leading on the New York State cases and plans to file more lawsuits in Nevada and California soon. Busby also claims he's a licensed New York lawyer in good standing and is allowed to practice in the Eastern District of New York. It's just that his Southern District admission got delayed, supposedly because Jay-Z filed a grievance against him in a different case. Meanwhile, Diddy just scored a small legal win. A judge threw out 5 of the 9 claims in a lawsuit filed by a former music producer named Rodney Jones. The claims dropped included stuff like RICO charges, emotional distress, breach of contract, and even one trafficking claim against Diddy's company, Combs Global, but the core sexual assault claims are still active. So the case is not over. It is still moving forward. Rodney's lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, even got called out by the judge for not meeting legal standards in his filings, especially around how he handled the fact that Diddy is presumed innocent in a separate criminal case. Rodney's lawyer says, yeah, a win is a win. Playtime is over. We look forward to discovery. I hope defendants are ready. On top of all that, Diddy's facing a new lawsuit, this time from a male photographer who says that Diddy forced him to perform oral sex on the set of a commercial, promising it would help his career. So the man, only identified as John Doe, says that while he was working on a big commercial in late 2022 or early 2023, Diddy started talking to him. Diddy invited him to his trailer to talk about career opportunities. John Doe says he felt like this could be a huge break for him, even though he was kind of unsure about it. But it seemed like one of those rare chances that would change his life, so he went. Once he got inside the trailer, though, he says it became obvious that Diddy had other intentions. What was pitched as a career opportunity turned into something else. John Doe says Diddy immediately started making sexual advances. He claims Diddy unzipped his pants and basically said something like, if you suck it right, I'll make your career take off. And the message was clear. If he didn't go through with it, his career could be ruined. He also says Diddy threatened him with violence if he did not do it. After all that, John Doe says he had to go back to work like nothing happened while dealing with the trauma. Diddy's team is denying these new allegations. As you can see, there's a lot going on with Diddy. Woo! So there's this guy named Manzaro Joseph who's suing Diddy for human trafficking. He says back in April 2015, he was drugged and taken to this wild party on Star Island in Miami. Apparently, for Christian Combs' birthday, he claims that Diddy humiliated him by strapping a fake penis to his face and parading him around the party. According to the lawsuit, he was first dragged through the back of Gloria and Emilio Estefan's mansion, and Gloria apparently saw how drugged out he was and wanted someone to call an ambulance. But Emilio shut her down and ushered her away into the party. Then Manzaro says he saw LeBron James in a towel walking by, and LeBron looked at him and said, y'all better do something about that. Then a former porn star, Adria English, supposedly led him through a secret tunnel to Diddy's mansion. He says when he started coming to, he saw Beyonce and Jay-Z. Beyonce apparently saw him and was like, what is this? Why is this half-naked white guy with a cock mask standing in front of me? And someone from Diddy's crew allegedly told her Diddy wants him to see what we do to snitches. This is part of his punishment. He says Diddy had him dragged through a bunch of rooms full of people who were all laughing at him and mocking him. Then Diddy shouted, he's gonna find out what we do to snitches tonight. Get him undressed. Manzaro says after that, Diddy ordered him to be stripped and dressed in a small thong bikini bottom and a leather mask that had some kind of sex device attached to it. He claims Diddy and Adria did all kinds of degrading, non-consensual stuff to him in front of everyone. Later on, he says he saw jeweler Jacob Arabo, who looked shocked and asked what was going on. Then Emilio apparently told Diddy's people to get Manzaro away from Jacob. Gloria supposedly tried again to get help for him, but Emilio shut her down again and shoved her into the crowd. And just to be clear, Jay-Z, Beyonce, LeBron, Gloria, and Jacob aren't being sued. Manzara's going after Diddy, Emilio, Adria, and someone he says is Diddy's drug mule, Brandon Paul. Remember him? He's suing for human trafficking and wants damages. So, a spokesperson for LeBron James states this is demonstrably false and doesn't even merit a report or response. A basic internet search shows what LeBron was doing all of April 2015. He was playing basketball for the Cleveland Cavaliers and never in Miami. Brandon Paul's attorney states, is this an April Fool's Day joke? If someone seriously filed this lawsuit, the allegations against Brandon are 100% false and literally impossible to have occurred. Brandon was still in high school in Ohio at the time, having never even set foot in West Palm Beach in his life. It's unfortunate that anyone who pays the filing fee and get directions to the courthouse can file a frivolous lawsuit. He will be seeking an immediate dismissal of the case and appropriate sanctions. Now, Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, states, Mr. Carter wasn't in Florida at the time to witness this incident. He was engaged in easily findable public activities that prove he was not at this event. This is more nonsense that erodes the trust in our justice system. A rep for Gloria and Emilio Estefan states Gloria and Emilio Estefan strongly deny the allegations made. The property in question was never a home where Gloria and Emilio resided, but it was rather a house they owned for family use. There were no parties thrown at the property between 2012 and 2019. We have all necessary documentation to support these facts and will provide it to the court. And last but not least, a judge in New York just threw out one of the sexual assault lawsuits against Diddy because the woman who filed it didn't want to reveal her identity. She had originally filed a lawsuit using the name Jane Doe and claimed that Diddy assaulted her at a party back in 1995, then hit her when she turned him down. Her lawyer, Tony Busby, tried to keep her anonymous, even though Diddy's legal team pushed back on that. The judge told her she had until March 20th to refile the case using the real name if she wanted to move forward. But she didn't do that or ask for more time, so the judge officially dismissed the case on March 31st of this year. Right after that, Diddy's legal team used the dismissal to question her credibility and also try to discredit the other people who've come forward with similar accusations against him. Oh, and by the way, Cassie plans on testifying during Diddy's upcoming trial. So, Victim 1 is prepared to testify under her own name during the upcoming trial, where Diddy will defend himself against charges of racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. As you may know, Cassie is the person known as Victim 1. There are 3 other alleged victims who have requested their identities remain secret during the trial. Prosecutors say using pseudonyms instead of real names will prevent harassment and other adverse consequences for the alleged victims. Yeah, we figured that Cassie was going to testify against Diddy, and she's pregnant too right now. And I wonder if Young Miami is one of the other 3 alleged victims who's going to testify anonymously. I think she will be one of them. I think she is. Because with the stuff that she was accused of, and she's still out there just like being wild and just, that tells me that, yeah, she is going to go against Diddy. She is snitching. Because with all those allegations, and she's still just like, don't care, just being wild, just being disgusting pretty much on social media. So that tells me she is one of the victims who will be testifying anonymously. Yes, I believe so. Young Miami is one of the four, if you include Cassie, one of the 4 women who will be testifying against Diddy. So there you have it. The latest updates on Diddy for the last 2 weeks on one video. Oh my goodness. So you guys, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Please support this channel. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you don't miss any new uploads. Okay? Because I give details and I jump straight to the point. I don't waste no time. Okay? And I'm very detailed. I'll let you know all the important information and more. Okay? You have to appreciate that. If you don't, then I don't know. But again, thank you guys for supporting this channel. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.